Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. Back again. It's another red tie day. Whoo! Just like the way this sucker pops, boy. It's rapidly, the red tie and the white tie are rapidly becoming my two favorite tie colors. Anyway, just a couple of quick notes, and then I'm going to go into something a little personal. But just want to make note, we haven't heard much about Elon Musk since him and Trump fell out, but did you know that parade costs over $35 million? $35 million to have a birthday parade, or I'm sorry, Flag Day parade, or I'm sorry, honoring the military parade that just happens to coincide with Trump's birthday. But I didn't hear anything about Doge, about wasteful spending during that parade. Did you know that to refit, right now, the president has an Air Force One, he has a Marine One, he has transportation to get to and from. But did you know that plane that's being donated by Qatar or gifted by Qatar, it's going to cost hundreds of millions to retrofit to make it suitable for Air Force One, putting in all the command and communications equipment and safety features, et cetera, hundreds of millions. But I don't hear Doge talking about wasteful spending there either. And afterwards, once he leaves office, he gets to keep that plane. So they have a personal Air Force One to fly around with for the rest of his days. And once he passes, it'll go to his kids, et cetera. All right. Now, here's something personal. I was on the phone with one of my Spanish friends. I will remain nameless. But they saw my video the other day where I talked about how much I like Mexican culture, Mexican food, Mexican music, and et cetera. And he asked me, he said, yo, G, for real though, why are you against black people protesting about immigration? And I said, well, you know, I said what I said, and I said we should leave it at that. Well, he pressed. No, man, I know that you got your video personality and you say this stuff online, blah, blah, blah. But what's the real reason? What's really going on? I said, bro, if we have this conversation, it might change things between us, and I don't want to do that. I want to let's just move on, just leave it alone. He said, nah, man, we're closer than that. You know, we're boys, blah, blah. All right. You sure about that? Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. I got answers. So I said, all right, so check this out, bro. Y'all, these protests are talking about ICE that has really picked up in like the last 3 months, right? Last 3 months they've been cracking down doing all this, right? I say that ain't nothing new. Black people have been dealing with police and racism for 300 years. You've had 3 months. We've had over 300 years in this country of dealing with this sort of stuff. Okay? And I said, and to ask black people to get involved is really selfish and self-centered when, by and large, not all, but by and large, Latinos don't care about black folks. I say, you really don't. I say, did you or anybody you know protest when Trayvon Martin, a child, was killed? Did you or anybody you know protest when George Floyd was killed by cops? Did you or anyone else protest when Breonna Taylor's door got kicked in by police and shot and killed? But now you're turning around and there's hundreds of examples like that. Those are just the popular ones that most people know about. And I say, but now you're turning around. I say, you didn't know those people, so you didn't feel a need to go and protest or stand up for them or anything like that. But now you're asking black people to go out and stand up for people that we don't know. Like, it's very self-centered. And it's very selfish. When by and large, like I said, not all, but a good portion of the Spanish or Latino population voted for this. Voted against what we were telling you. We welcome everybody into our community. You like hip hop, okay. You like low riders, you like Come on, man. Come on, man. And you want us to stay on, to be crash dummies for when people, nobody helps us. Nobody helps us. I mean, we get you want us to help everybody, but nobody helps us. That's really what it comes down to. And you got to learn. And I would love to be have my pom-poms on and say, this is wrong. And I agree that it's wrong. Don't go to people's schools. Don't go to elementary schools, graduation. And if you're talking about, you're looking for criminals and the bad guys, why are you going to work sites? Like those things I will speak up about, because I think it's BS. I think it's hypocritical BS. But beyond that, bro, it's very selfish. It's very self-centered to say, how come black people aren't helping us? Ask white people. That's who you want to accept us from. Voting for Trump, you want white people to accept you. Ask them. Stop. Anyway, I'm gonna stop so this video doesn't get too long, because I could go on for hours. And I mean no offense by that. And my friend that's, I know you're going to watch this video. I don't want you to take offense to it either, but, we had this conversation. So, and I didn't mention no names, so don't get butthurt. Anyway, y'all have a good afternoon.